Human Delhi. Yes, welcome to the campus, and your presence is really appreciate your presence, and I hope you stay, you enjoy your stay in IT Delhi. So before we start, I would like to invite the director and his team to join me on stage. Like I said, it's a pleasure having you all on campus. Without much further ado, I'd like to invite the director of IT Delhi, Professor Anand Banerjee, to address the gallery.
Good morning. It's a great pleasure and privilege for me on behalf of IIT Delhi to welcome you all to the campus, to your new home, as well as to your new academic program. How many of you are PhD students? Raise your hands. Great. How many are MSR students? Are MA students? The new graduates? MPP? MDes? Okay. Did I miss out anyone? Great. So, I think firstly, many of you are, especially the PhD and the MSR, you are part of a research degree. And by the way, how many of you have published any paper in a conference or journal? How many have filed patents? Okay. Good. Okay. How many have work experience? That's a large number. Okay, good. Sorry to do this, but this is the only way I can interact with such a large group. But let me just tell you, you are in the right place at the right time. Today, India has a new confidence in terms of achieving self-reliance, becoming a developed nation, looking at getting a competitive advantage, and in doing this, it is the ideas, the knowledge, the new research that we create which can make this happen. You will have in the institute significant facilities, whether it is characterization, application, high-end computing, the library. You'll also meet with, you'll be interacting with faculty, with your peers. So you should get the maximum from your stay here in the institute. For those of you who are PhD students, you will become the expert, probably one of the few in the world in that domain. So you have depth, but I would also encourage you to have breadth, to look at perspective. It's not just enough for your problem, contextualize your problem, discuss with others. Some of you will be staying in the hostel. Some of you, unfortunately, you are not able to provide at this time, but during your journey, you will be staying also on campus. And you will make a lot of friends during this journey. And I hope you will participate there is nothing wrong in asking for help, in talking, in reaching out. Please do that. We are all here for you. We do hope that these years, again, depending on the program, you may be spending 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in these these are likely to be some of the best years of your life. Please enjoy the journey. Don't focus on your destination. And I think we are very excited. The institute gets re-energized with every batch coming in. Identify what you want, look at your strengths and weaknesses, and then pursue your dreams. And our faculty and the institute will be there to enable your aspirations, your goals, and help you in this process. Once again, it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all, and I look forward to you having a really good time at the institute and building your career and your aspirations here at IIT Delhi. Thank you so much.
Dean Academics Professor Narayan Guru on stage.
Good morning.
I think the director has exhausted the show.
डायरेक्टरी ले लो
But I found one. Is there anybody who's still in school? School, there's one little girl there. He did raise his hand. I thought I'd get a show off. Now we're starting early. This gentleman is starting early here. So in any case, welcome to IIT Delhi. I'm sure it's a big transition for most of us. I remember 40 plus years ago, I was in a similar situation. I also went to an IIT. Didn't have the privilege of coming here. And nevertheless, yeah, most IITs are similar in that sense. So the transition is huge. Probably also for some of you, despite being postgraduates, might be first time away from home. That's also a big transition. And yes, as the director said, and you watch the video play, all distinguished alumni, you notice that you yearly graduated and another mountain range beside it. Hopefully you'll have the opportunity to stay in one of those mountain ranges sooner or later. Yeah, so this transition is numerous opportunities for you to explore. And especially for the PhD students, if you Google something like surviving a PhD, you'll see numerous books written about this. Unwritten rules of PhD. So if you expect standard operating procedures for everything, including interactions with the that's not going to happen, unlike course-based programs. So, so there's a book called The Unwritten Rules of PhD by Gordon Rugg, and where Gordon Rugg and he says the PhD is like getting dropped in a foreign land without a map. I know you can't imagine this because we are now so dependent on Google Maps, but imagine that situation. That's how it is. There's no real direction, with some sort of guide, and then you have to sort of chart your own path. I can't remember the exact, but that's something. You can imagine what it is. That you are in a foreign land and with no map, and how do you figure this out? So that's sort of just in with what the director said. If I were in such a situation, I would ask. So you ask people. Sometimes it does appear like blind leading the blind. Even with the supervisor, by the way. But that's how it happens. The other thing that at least I remember when I started my PhD, like many of us, I thought, ideal world, I'll be the next Isaac Newton, or in my field, Linus Pauling. Well, there might be the odd Linus Pauling, or the Isaac Newton, or the Gauss, or whoever. But invariably, we just stretching the boundaries a little. And it dawns on us soon, after a while, this is not utopia. But we do make a difference. We create new knowledge. That's important, and that's the difference between course-based programs and this. Course-based programs fix things, right? If you knew this, well, you're done. You've got a grade, you're out of this. But you're creating knowledge as research. So you're in uncharted territory. So there are things that you have to figure out first time. So that's a challenge, but it's not insurmountable. So you should be adaptable and look out. Keep your eyes and ears open. You won't know where you get ideas from. Anybody and everybody. You'll have heard lots of stories about the Challenger disaster. The NASA chairperson having a haircut, etc. You never know where you get ideas. So, the point is that you keep your eyes and ears open. You'll do fine. It is challenging, but it's also exciting. And finally, as the director said, the campus is great. It's not just co-curricular, even for extracurricular activities, which the student affairs will talk to you about. There are numerous opportunities. So, and that's another thing, whether it is course-based programs or research-based programs. Go out and do something. You need a diversion, otherwise it does. And there are numerous opportunities. There are technical clubs. There are other sort of society, culture, whatever you want. There are numerous opportunities. So explore. That will be also a learning experience. And this is Delhi, of course. There are numerous things to do around here, and there are places that you will visit close by as well. So you
and your presence here today. May I ask you to come join me on stage? Liliji? Liliji? And Nitish? Please remember the faces, they are the people to go to when you're in trouble. Okay? We are in the academic section.
Now from the Alan Sinate is the boss of the academic section. We live across the street. We can only a geography. No map.
At this time, I'd like to call upon Professor Panigrahi, who is the Dean of Student Affairs.
Very good morning.
एक और ऐड कर दिया ऑडियो कर दिया हाँ एक और ऑडियो हाँ ये और कर देते ना ऑडियो हाँ क्या ये
And all of you are
हाँ ठीक है
postgraduate students.
इनपुट टेस्ट
Mostly
करेगी ना
completed the graduate and doing the postgraduate,
नहीं
whether PhD
यहाँ पर से
or MSR, MDes, MPP, MSc.
ठीक है ओके
So, as the academics has already pointed out, and the director sir has already told, and that has all asked you a question, how many of you are on this paper, how many of you have
ये है
attended,
माइक्रोफोन
and I'm sure you will continue
इंटरफेस
to
यूएसबी
read,
डिजिटल बीच वाला
definitely.
डिजिटल
You will continue to
यही
do the
वाला
research,
सेकंड वाला यही वाला
you will continue to innovate, you will go on adding more to more things in future.
हाँ इसमें
So as Dean of Students here, myself already introduced by Alan, B.K. Panigrahi, the Dean of Students. So we have a Dean of Student office, very close to you, not across the road, but just behind this office. And no guard is there in front of our office. You are welcome at any time to our office. And let me introduce the system here in the Dean of Students office. We have a Associate Dean of the Hostel Management, Professor Praval Talukdar. And we have Associate Dean of Student Welfare, Professor Sridevi. And the most important thing is the Associate Dean of Student Event, Professor Pradyumna, sitting here. So, the most important thing, you see, as these three people I have talked about, everything is having certain contribution in your student life. And I'm sure, and sorry, we are able to give hostel seat to few of the students, in particular to everyone, to the girls, and to the boy student, not able to accommodate at this particular junction of time, but generally we are hopeful that as the number of seats will remain vacant, by a transparent lottery process, we allot everyone. But besides that, if anybody want to have their food in the hostel, you are open. You come to Dean Students Office, request for a deterministic manner, okay, I want to take only lunch for this much days. It's allowed. Okay. So that is the hostel management. In all the hostel, Dean, Associate Dean Hostel Management looks into the hostel affairs. So in the hostel, we provide whatever the facility is available here. And I told I am sorry in this respect that because of the severe hostel seat crunch, we are just requesting you, whoever has got a seat in the hostel, maybe 2 in one room or 3 in one room, try to adjust to particular that. And simultaneously, I have the confidence that most of you will spend only 2 to 3 hours in the hostel and most of the time in the research lab or in the library or in the other avenues because you are the postgraduate students. That I am sure. And simultaneously also, as already mentioned, we have the Dean of Student Event. You know many student events are happening. So we have various boards, whether it is Board of Student Publication, Board of Student other activity like sports, and similarly cultural activity and all other activity. So there are different boards under the Dean Students Office. You are free to participate whether you are a hostelier or non-hostelier in all those activities. We are even proud of some of our PG students who are the part of the students team, sports team, and getting the prize and getting the honor for IIT Delhi. Because you know that IIT Delhi, there are inter-IIT sports meets where the IIT Delhi represents. And our students are doing excellent. So their PG students also participate. So point is, why I am repeating it, you will not read always, you will not do research always, but sometimes you may want to explore in other avenue, which is open to all of you. So please participate in any of the event, whichever you like, so that you can have your own identity besides the research and all other things. पेपर तो आएगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. So for to पेपर आने के लिए you have to have very good research avenue, which IIT Delhi provides always. If you will Google the NIRF ranking, if you will Google everything, you will get what facilities are there in IIT. And please, one of my requests is, all the postgraduate students who do the research and who are mostly to the postgraduate level, try to publish one paper during the MTech or MSc so that get better PhD admission, have some beautiful papers during the PhD so that there will be a job or you may be the faculty. So all these things will be possible if you will treat all the faculty as your friends. Have open discussion, whether it is a research topic, whether it is anything else. Every teacher is a friend to you. They are always there to help you in any of the matter. Be open. Discuss your problem, not only with the teachers, but also with your peer groups, your students. Because research group, that's why every faculty is having a certain research group. Okay, so these are the things I want to highlight here. And the most important thing before Professor Anjali took into, we are much concerned about the student well-being. Because all of you might have read newspaper about the X event in YIIT or something like that. Please wash away all these things from your mind. You are a self-independent. You have your own thinking capability. If there is any problem, please try to share to your friends, to the appropriate authority. We have a very strong counseling services. We have a very strong other advice given bodies, as well as a hospital also we have nearby. So always my only submission to all of you that don't keep anything inside so that it will burst at some time. Don't do that. Whether it is academic related, non-academic related or something like that. Be open to someone. It may be your parents, it may be the administration, it may be your friends, so that others can reach to you, others can help you. So please try to, I can say, explore and exploit all the facility which are available in IIT Delhi for multi-dimensional development of your own. Thank you and welcome to IIT Delhi again.
I will follow the cue of the Dean students. That gives you an idea, right, how well prepared I was and I had planned everything. It was like, perfect. But, you know, even Isaac Newton said, you know, I could see that far because I was riding on the shoulders of giants. So, yeah, you know, I follow Dean Panigrahi. I forgot to introduce, we are three of us amongst the associate deans. First, I'll introduce the person who is present here. Professor Dhanya is a civil engineer, and she is the associate dean of academics PG research. She barely stood up. Like, any case, and then if you were an undergraduate, you'll probably interact with Professor Shauri Chatterjee, who is not here. And we have the academics outreach and new initiatives, who you probably will interact with if you are doing co-curricular activities and technical clubs, etc. That's Professor Shilpi Sharma. The last two people are not here. Sorry, Alan. Thanks.
At this time, we'd like to invite Professor Anjali Multani, who is the Dean
diversity and inclusion.
Hi, good morning, everybody. So you must be thinking you don't know how many people are going to climb up here and give speeches. There was just the 4 of us and the last one. So you're going to be released very soon. So let me start by introducing myself again. My name is Anjali Multani. I teach literature at the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. And I'm also the Dean of Diversity and Inclusion. What that is, I will explain in just a minute. So everyone is congratulating you. I also congratulate you all. I also ask you to look at everybody else in this room, well, mostly everybody else in this room. They have also made it to IIT. They also deserve congratulations. So take a minute, look around you, identify a fellow student, and congratulate them. Done? Right. So you should remember that, all the people sitting here are not just people who are getting equally bored or who are just filling up seats next to you. This is your community. This should be your community. This will be your community for the next 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. I don't know. But these are people that you will be living with, eating with, playing with, learning from, and embarking on this exciting journey together with. I don't know, do you all like movies? Do you watch movies? This is an old movie by your standards, I'm sure. It's a movie called Life in a Metro. I believe some new version has been recently released. I'm talking about the original version. So it's one of my favorite films, and if you haven't seen it, there's an actor called Irfan Khan who sadly passed away now. He's speaking to this person he's in love with, played by Konkona Sharma, and he tells her this analogy, this kind of anecdote about a friend of his, he says, who had a sports car, very nice car. And the guy kept saying, I'm going to drive it on a day when every single traffic light is green. And so he spent the rest of his life with that sports car locked in the garage. Why am I bringing this up? Because life does not always give you green lights. Right? There will be some red lights, there will be some traffic jams, things will not move according to plan, you will have to take a detour here or there or everywhere. This is part of the journey. You must remember you are not to just think this is the end of it, it's only a roadblock, there's always a way out, there's always a way ahead. Whether you are in a bus or a train or an electric car or a cycle or walking, there is always a way ahead, and that is something you should all always remember. So now to get to the business at hand after the little homilies. So I represent the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. And in case you haven't already noticed, IIT is a very different place. There's somebody standing to my left. I don't know if you've ever seen a sign language interpreter in any other public institution that you may have visited or gone to. We take diversity and inclusion extremely seriously, and this is not just, a woke phrase, it's not just politically correct, we mean every word of it. And it's a pretty simple, sort of straightforward thing. We learn from difference, right? We either learn that things are similar, so if one grain of rice is cooked in a pot, logically, the other grains of rice would also be cooked. And then we say, oh, black is because it's not white, blue is not green, etc., etc. So the whole difference here is in learning and having mutual respect. One other thing I would like to also just say before I give you the technical and factual information is the other way IIT Delhi is extremely different is, and I'm not saying this as an employee here, I'm saying this as someone who's heard this repeatedly from other students. The administration and the staff here are different from almost every other public institution. They genuinely want to help you. They don't want to brush you off. They don't want to say, come again, come another day, I'm busy, I'm having tea, aaj saab chutti pe hain, aaj mem saab nahi aayi hain, whatever. They genuinely want to help you. If something cannot be done, they will try and see if it can be. Otherwise, you'll have to accept it genuinely cannot be done. So they are responsive, they are helpful, and that is something that you should remember. And I'm not just saying this, like I said, as a member of the administration. So, business at hand. Office of Diversity and Inclusion, the only office of its kind in all higher education institutions. and it was inaugurated in 2022, so that's just about 3 years ago, by the then going to be Supreme Court Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. And what we do is we are an office that facilitates other offices. We kind of, if there is somebody who feels that because of their social category, social identity, gender, disability, any reason they feel that they are not being able to get their point across, or they don't fit into the heteronormative dominant majority, then you come to the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. And this is what signifies everybody's belief that IIT Delhi is a truly inclusive and accessible place. And I mean accessible not just in the physical infrastructure way, as in having sign interpreters, having ramps, having wheelchairs, having large screens and so on, but accessible for everybody from every part of society. We have three main goals: to sensitize. So we will be doing workshops, we will be carrying out campaigns, please come, please participate. We advocate, so we explain, we sort of plead people's case, we make the case and say, this is why somebody needs something a little different from the wholesale model. And we make recommendations. This could be in the form of reasonable accommodations for students with disabilities. This could be in the form of policy changes. It could be different kinds of recommendations. We have 4 verticals, that is 4 groups that function under the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. One is the Office of Accessible Education. This is headed by 2 faculty advisors. You will be meeting all these individual office bearers in person later on, and will be getting a more in-depth introduction to the kind of work we do. At this moment, I'll just give you a very broad overview. So the Office of Accessible Education office is in the LHC, where Professor Kurur has already said if you have classes will happen there. Dean Acad office is there. We're on the ground floor, and we deal with students with disabilities as guaranteed under the RPWD Act of 2016. That is both physical and emotional mental disabilities benchmarked by the Government of India. We have the Initiative for Caste Equity. This is a collective for students from SC, ST, OBC communities. This is different from the SC, ST cell. So this is more, it's not the legal sort of cell. This is where students come together. We have a faculty advisor, we have a consultant, we have programs, we have outreach, we have lectures, panel discussions, film screenings, and not just for SC/ST students, but really a place where everybody can come together to share their concerns about caste, to discuss, to get questions answered, and so on. Then we have the Initiative for Gender Equality and Sensitization. This is not a women's morcha. It means gender equality and sensitization. Men have problems too, right? We hear it only from usually one aspect. So IGIS, again, works towards sensitization, towards advocacy. Why is it important to be accepting of differences? What is it that we say, even casually, that could, hurt somebody or disrespect somebody or think or make that person feel they don't belong there? So these are the kind of conversations that IGIS will lead. And the 4th vertical, which is in many ways the most vibrant vertical because it comprises entirely of students. We only have one faculty advisor, is Indradhanu, which is the LGBTQIA++ students collective. So this is where we sensitize and do campaigns for awareness on different kinds of sexuality or asexuality. I mean, essentially, if you have questions, if you want to be part of something which talks about differences just in identity and in ways of being, and very often all these will be intersectional. So please, just coming to one, being an ally of another, participating in all these events, these are all things that you can do while you are at IIT Delhi. So the vision of OAE is to provide a comprehensive learning environment, to ensure that the campus is accessible, and to ensure equal opportunities. Whether you are a person with disability or you simply notice that this is a problem, you find that there's this, like over here, we don't have a ramp here. So, please bring stuff to our notice and let us know if there's anything you need. ICE, or Initiative for Caste Equity, works towards making the campus discrimination-free for people from diverse backgrounds. It ensures support for marginalized communities, and it tries to make the campus as inclusive and unbiased for everybody. IGIS advocates a zero-tolerance policy towards sexual harassment, encourages gender dialogues in the field of STEM, and creates an equal, inclusive, and gender-just educational environment. And just to drive home my point that it's not only a movement for women, by women, of women, the gentleman sitting on the stage here, Professor Kurur, is one of the original members of IGS, and he has been one of the moving spirits behind it for many years. Indradhanu builds a secure and welcoming environment for gender and sexual minorities on campus. It encourages individuals to explore their identity, to accept identity, to socialize, to engage, and we try and challenge societal biases on how boys are supposed to behave or girls are supposed to behave in order to be counted as such. I'll just quickly introduce our faculty advisors. Professor Vikram Singh, they're not here right now, but you can know the names, and they will meet with you at some point soon. For OAE, we have Professor Vikram Singh from Chemical Engineering, Professor Gaurav Kar from Department of Design. For ICE, we have Professor Yashpal Jogdan from my department, that is Humanities and Social Sciences. For IGS, we have Professor Sushma Shantapuri from Applied Mechanics, Professor Neerath Ray from Material Science and Engineering, and for Indradhanu, we have Professor Shehzad Ghani. We have our whole team in the office. We have consultants. I don't think anyone is here right now, but one person is here. He's probably the front face you will see if you come to the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, just off the ramp if you're coming up from Cafe Coffee Day. This is Mr. Akhil Bansal, and he is the person who can put you in touch with the relevant people at whichever point you need. So I will end my discourse here. Please feel free to reach out to us if you want to talk, you want to help out, you want to contribute, you just want to talk, anything you like. We are usually around. Thank you very much and welcome once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, it's not the end of the orientation. We have with us the student reps who will take the podium. You can introduce yourself.
Good morning. I am Abhivir Singh, General Secretary of CAIC, that is Co-Curricular Academic Interaction Council. We will be presenting some of the insights of IIT Delhi for beginning of your journey. I would like to request Ms. Mansi to take this further. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhay. Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all. Before you begin your journey at IIT Delhi, to make your life a little easier, we would like to guide you through some basics. Let me start by introducing myself. I am Mansi. I'm currently serving as the PhD convener at CAIC, which is the Co-Curricular and Academics Interaction Council. Before I share more about CAC and what we do, let's start from the very beginning. IIT Delhi was established in 1961, and over the past 64 years, our institute has only moved forward and achieved great heights. In 2018, IIT Delhi was one of the 3 public universities to be granted the title of Institution of Eminence. Looking at the current QS World University rankings, IIT Delhi has ranked 123rd among all top global universities. It ranks 26th in engineering and technology globally, giving our institute an overall rank 1 in India. Not to brag, but even these rankings cannot fully justify the true beautiful experience that you get once you join the campus. To tell you more about our institute, here's an academic snapshot. We have more than 12,000 students now, with the PG strength being more than the UG. Now, this might come as a surprise to some of you. We also have a strength of 650 plus faculty members in teaching and research. Our institute has multiple academic units known as departments, schools, and centers, and you might be able to point yours out in the slides. As important as it is to interact with the faculties and students within your own department, it is also highly recommended that you interact, make friends, and familiarize yourself with the other academic units as well. This will give you a full academic experience of IIT Delhi, and a little networking will always help in the long run. Moving on to your home for the coming years, IIT Delhi has a beautiful self-sustained campus of 300 plus acres. With 16 hostels and multiple academic blocks, I know the place can be a little overwhelming at first. So to make yourself familiar, you can visit the institute website to get a 360-degree virtual tour of the campus. Don't worry, we will be sharing these presentations with you, so you can access these links once the presentations are shared. Along with this presentation, we will also be providing a list of accommodation outside the campus, since we know some of you might not be able to get the hostel accommodation. You will also be allotted virtual hostels for participation in different activities. Now coming to the infrastructure, apart from the main building, the lecture hall complex and the hostels that you will be interacting within the initial few days of your stay here, we also have the Research and Innovation Park, which is the most beautiful building on campus. We also have the Student Activity Center, where all the fun happens. And we have the Mittal Sports Complex to help you stay fit and healthy. IIT Delhi is home to several advanced research facilities, including the nanoscale research facility and the high performance computing facility, both of which are a part of the central research facility. It will provide access to cutting edge instruments, clean room labs, and high-end computational labs. As a postgraduate student, you may need to access these facilities for your thesis or project work. As a part of the recently revised PG curriculum, several new features have been introduced to make your academic journey more industry relevant and flexible. First, there is now more emphasis on internships, especially those connected to industry exposure, helping you bridge the gap between research and real-world applications. Second, the course curriculum is more flexible, giving you the freedom to tailor your own learning path based on your interest and career goals. A unique addition is the Cornerstone project, scheduled during the winter break. It's designed to let you apply what you have learned in a hands-on and a more impactful way. And it is often in collaboration with industry or startups. Now coming to the postgraduate studies and research. So here's the secret sauce of IIT Delhi's academic life. It's not just books or lab, it's both. For our postgraduate students, life gets even more fun. The PG programs like PhD and Masters are proudly research heavy, which basically means your advisor might see you more than your family. No matter which program you're in, don't worry, you won't be able to escape the coursework. Now, do you see that undertaking, barely able to hang on to the slide? I'm sure you guys must have equally ignored it during your registration. You must have come across it. But can I also get a show of hands on how many of you have seen the courses of study before? Wow, that's a good number. But it is extremely important to go through courses of study, not just because you have signed the undertaking, but also because it will guide you through all the coursework that you will be coming across in your program. And it will also help you understand the course numbering system. To give you a brief overview, each course has a six-letter code. The first two letters are the course prefix, which are usually the initials of your academic unit. We also have the third letter, which identifies the nature of the course. The L here means lecture. And the three numerical digits at the end indicate the course level and the unique identifier for the specific course. This will also help you understand the credits assigned to the course. So to understand this better, please go through courses of study. It will also help you understand the grading and performance index. So you will have SGPA, which is the semester grade point average, and CGPA, which will be a cumulative grade point average. To understand how these are calculated, again, go to courses of study. We have A minus and B minus pattern of grading here, where each grade has a difference of 1 grade point, and it's always good to stay within the green range. Now, coming to another important thing, which is the timetable and slot system. To understand this, you can visit the timetable website. It is very important to understand the courses have different slots and that you do not double book yourself by taking courses that belong to the same slot. The classes and the exams both are going to clash, and you won't be able to perform well. So, to understand this better and to also get the room allotment and examination schedule, please visit the timetable website. Now coming to the attendance policy, which is another important aspect, every student should try to attend all classes. In case you miss any tests or quizzes, please contact the course coordinator and find a possible solution. The attendance policy for each course, and if there is any penalty associated to it, will be declared by the course instructor at the beginning of each course. And please remember that continuous unauthorized absence for more than a month may lead to termination. Another important thing is the teaching assistantship. Please remember that to get your stipend, you need to log into the academic ERP portal, and between the 1st and 20th of each month, you need to mark your attendance. You can access the academic ERP portal through your Kerberos ID, and you can again find it on the IIT Delhi homepage. A very important part of your life here is going to be staying updated with the emails that you receive. To do that, please try to get your emails on your mobile devices. There is a step-by-step process by which you can do that, and it is available on this website, which is the BSW website. Whether you're an Android or iPhone user, it will guide you very simply through all the steps, and you can stay updated with your email. There are several international scholarships and fellowships available for master's students and PhD students, offering opportunities to study, conduct research, or collaborate abroad. These scholarships support academic and research exchange programs with countries like Germany, France, Canada, and the US. And for more details, you can visit these websites. Now, coming to disco. This is not the kind of disco you're thinking about, and here is another undertaking that you may have ignored, but you should not. It is expected that all students behave responsibly and be disciplined. Unethical behavior, like plagiarism or indiscipline, is dealt with very strictly in this institute. Institute has strict policies on bullying, ragging, sexual harassment, etc., which are implemented through severe disciplinary actions. Trust me, you don't want to be a troublemaker at this institute, and I hope it's never your time to disco. Now, you're new to the campus, and to make yourself more familiar with the institute, it is highly recommended that you go and visit the institute website, have fun with it, explore all the pages. I would say go crazy, and because it will tell you more than what we are presenting in this presentation today. It will give you a recap of everything we have discussed and will tell you a lot more. So, coming to the student representatives, these are the student representative bodies of IIT Delhi. They play a vital role in ensuring that your voice is heard and your experience here is well-rounded. Now, coming to CAC, which I am a part of. CAC, which is the Co-Curricular and Academics Interaction Council, is IIT Delhi's academic parliament. It's the student advocacy hub and policy shaping powerhouse all rolled into one. This is previous year's CAC team. I can see some of my seniors here. It's the only official student body dealing with all academic matters of the institute, from curriculum structure, exam reforms, to new electives, tech team mentorship, and even the department culture. It acts as a bridge between the students and the administration, ensuring that your academic concerns don't just echo in the WhatsApp group, but are heard and fought for with sometimes spreadsheets and policy drafts and occasional mic drops. The CAC also has a dedicated outreach and new initiative cell. This is our friendly neighborhood task force that connects IIT Delhi to the outside world via podcasts, external partnerships, new initiatives that scream that we don't just live in a bubble. And they also have cool events like TEDx. CAC also proudly runs North India's largest tech carnival, from industry-led workshops to drone racing. It's a spectacle powered by coordination and technical brilliance. IIT Delhi also has 25 plus co-curricular clubs and societies that come under the umbrella of CAC. Each of these clubs is unique and focuses on different interests. So apart from academics, this is a great chance to explore your hobbies. Try something new and meet like-minded people. Every department also has its own student society. The main goal is to increase interaction among the PG and the UG students across the campus. So we strongly encourage you to actively participate in these societies, and we will need you for the inter-IIT meet coming up. We also have the Research Synergy Forum, which Triveni will be telling you about soon. Now, as a PhD or master's student, you may come across crossroads. There might be academic confusions, and you might sometimes even contemplate your life decisions. Or sometimes the doubts might be as trivial as forgetting the attendance policy I just spoke about. So what to do when in doubt? First and foremost, and the most important, is to reach out to the faculties. Seek their guidance, they will help you with the right path. You can also approach the academic section located on the 3rd floor of LHC, and the Student Affairs Office above CCD, and also the ODI. And in case you don't feel comfortable sharing your concerns with adults, you can come to us, the student representatives at CAC. And the easiest way would be to find the PhD or PG convener of your academic unit, and you can get in touch with them. And life might not always give you lemons, so even when you don't have doubts, and if you have new ideas or new initiatives, feel free to reach out to us, the student team at CAC. We are just one phone call away. These are the contact information of some of the current CAC members. You can also scan the QR code, and you can reach out to us if you want to participate. Here are some of the new initiatives by CAC to make you understand some of the things that we do. Some of these are already implemented and some are currently under progress. So the Tech General Championship was announced last year to promote the tech culture across campus. It is a platform where hostels compete in various technical events. It is a fun and competitive way to learn, collaborate, and innovate. We are also working on a PhD internship policy. It is to help doctoral students explore industry and research internships. We also have an MTech policy undergoing, which will ensure structured and meaningful industry exposure for master's student, and an extended stipend support scheme aimed at supporting the research scholars beyond the standard durations. To know more about these, please come to us and reach out to us. We are giving you a reason to do so. Here are some of the important links that we went through during this presentation. It's just a summary so that it's easier for you to find them. Now, summarizing what we have discussed so far, this is a list of do's. Check your IIT Delhi email ID regularly. It is very important that you stay updated. Make sure to adhere to the deadlines. Go through the courses of study. Again, I'm repeating it, it's very important. Attend classes regularly. Keep the campus clean and avoid using plastic. Participate in co-curricular activities. Reach out to the faculty members and student representatives for issues. Thank you, everyone. I wish you all a memorable journey ahead. Now I would like to invite Triveni to give a short presentation on RSF, which is the Research Synergy Forum.
Hello everyone, this is Triveni. I am the event coordinator RSF this year. I'm also a PhD student at the Department of Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology. I want to welcome you all on behalf of Research Synergy Forum. In this session, I will introduce you to our community and share with you about the activities conducted in the previous academic year. To put it in simple words, RSF is a community of the scholars, by the scholars, for you all scholars. Through this Research Synergy Forum, we have placed a strong emphasis on the well-being and work-life balance of our students. We emphasize on collaborative research, research visibility, opportunities for networking, and ultimately enhancing academic excellence. By showcasing ongoing research projects and findings, and through different events we have conducted, we have increased research visibility within the academic community and the public eye. This exposure is crucial for attracting interests from industry partners and funding agencies, which in turn supports the advancement of our scholarly work. Moreover, this forum is a fertile ground for fostering a vibrant scholar community where we support innovative ideas and promote recreational activities for strong community building. In the previous academic year, we organized several conversation series and competitions. These include the alumni talk series called Scholarly Echoes, competitions like 3-minute thesis, debate, and research story writing, which were organized as a part of the annual RSF week. Apart from this, we had many research scholars actively participating in the cultural events in RSF week. These are some snapshots from our pioneering alumni talk series. You can see Dr. Vasundhara Shukla, a biomedical scientist and an advisor to various startups. Our other guest was Dr. Kaviraj Singh, an eminent visionary and trailblazer, serving as the founder and managing director of Earthwood, a globally recognized powerhouse in carbon offset verification. We also hosted Dr. Indrajit Singh, an esteemed alumnus of IIT Delhi. He completed his PhD in 2002 from here, now a partner at Deloitte, who is leading climate change and sustainability practices within financial advisory in Deloitte, India. These are some visuals from the 3-minute thesis competition, which was organized as a part of RSF Week 2024. Here, the participants had to present their research within 3 minutes. And these were the participants and winners of the debate competition. The topic for was open access publications, way forward for Indian academia. These are some fun visuals from the flash mob that was performed to unveil the RSF Week 2024. It was performed right outside Dogra near Amul. Some of the conducted competitions like research story writing, which explores the innovative and creative side of our research scholars, got featured in popular news outlets. We have also taken several initiatives like promoting the culture of industrial internships among researchers. The response was impressive. 55 candidates applied to MNCs or multinational companies like Tech Mahindra, Amazon, and Deloitte. Out of these, 8 researchers were selected for the internships. This is one of our key focuses where we try to bridge the gap between academia and the industry. As we are beginning with the new academic year and RSF Week 2025 being around the corner, we would like to connect with you all and with more people interested in joining the community. Please approach us to join the Research Synergy Forum. You can scan the displayed QR to join us on WhatsApp. I'll spend a few seconds here so that you can take a photo or scan the QR. I guess that's okay. So to conclude, I'll say let's all work together, try contributing to the research environment of our institute. Hope to see you all around and welcome again. Thank you. Should I disconnect? Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That's the end of the orientation. As you move out, there'll be refreshment waiting for you outside. Thank you. Are there any students still yet to get their entry number? Please meet us now. Okay. Anything else you want? Do you have any questions now at this time? We can pass on the microphone. The 11 character, that's your entry number. Your schedule for the next 3 days is as per the program. There is the 5th, 6th, and 7th character that denotes your program. Except for the MSCs, you have your registration post-lunch from 2 p.m. itself. You come to the 3rd floor of LHC, that's Lecture Hall Complex, across the road. Yeah, please.
Can you please show us the previous slide for the QR scanning?
I have one small correction to make. It's an important one. All of you who are 2025 entry students will register for 7-digit courses, not 6-digit courses. Okay, Mansi mentioned 6 digits. So there will be a 2-letter department code followed by what type of course it is, which is L, T or P or D or V, followed by 4 digits, not 3 digits anymore, 4 digits. And if you are a PhD student, if I'm not mistaken, you have to take for credit. If you need it credited, then you have to take 7,000 and above, 7,000 or 8,000. For MA, MSc, and I believe MPP as well, it will be 5 and 6. I think MPP also falls in that bracket. Yeah, so that is something that you all have to. But for 3-letter code followed by 4 digits. So that will be the courses for 2025 entry students. And as the entry number goes, 2025, your program, 3 digits, 3 letters, followed by 4-digit unique code. That's how it will go. Year, followed by a program, followed by a 4-digit code. So that will be 4 plus 3, 7 plus 4, 11, yes. All right, and all of you, well, not all of you, the research-based programs will also be registered for a course which is called Research Teaching Practicum by default. If it's not there, if it's not populated, just make sure that you. So for your department, there is something called Research Teaching Practicum, which is just to let you know that you are supposed to do some teaching assistantship. So it's a way of accounting for teaching assistantship. So those programs in which there is a teaching where you're getting support, financial support through an assistantship for either research or teaching, you will have to sign up for this Research Teaching Practicum. Okay, so those are 2 things. So the MA, MSc people don't get an assistantship, so they don't need to register for this. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, then we are happy to answer. Oh, okay, yeah. This is a security announcement to avoid chaos at the close. The people in the yellow seats, which is to the back of this room, will leave first. The 2 exits on either side, followed by those in front in the orange seats. Okay? Yeah, if you have. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, sir. So you were mentioning that for PhD students, we have to take courses having like 7,000 in plus series. So is it for every PhD student? Like I joined just after BTech, so I don't have any master's degree.
I think it is the same for everybody.
Okay, so I have to take above
Or
7,000.
I mean, you see, you're supposed to take 20 credits
Yes.
for coursework. You could always take more. So if you took something at 5,000 or 6,000, it won't count towards your 20. So to be accounted for your 20, you need to take those in the 7,000, 8,000 bracket.
And also for that teaching assistantship, see, I'm getting stipend per month during my PhD. So if I apply for teaching assistantship, will I get some extra or it is?
No. This is essentially a time accounting mechanism to make sure that people realize that you are being supported by some funding. And yes, at the end of the semester, there will be a TA coordinator in your department. They have to grade your performance satisfactory or unsatisfactory. It doesn't affect your progress, but you need to satisfy this requirement.
Thank you.
And this is independent of where you draw your funding from, whether even if it's an external funding source, you have to register for it. Whether you get TA duty or not will be determined by the department or program or whoever it is. So that's why we call it research or teaching practicum. You're doing either one of these, either teaching or you're doing research. Okay. In any case, if there are no further questions, those at the back might leave first through those. I think the people on the upper level can anyway move out. I think it doesn't apply to them. And refreshments are outside.
The student who had raised regarding the entry number, please meet us now. Lalitji, can you just meet her? Entry number. Entry number. Please, the people sitting, occupying the orange seats, please be seated as of now. Let the people clear the gallery first. Please be seated. Those on orange seats. The balcony people, you can proceed. I'll repeat for your registration, document verification. Join us at Lecture Hall Complex after lunch, starting from 2 p.m. Check the schedule. It's all marked there. Yeah. 11:30.
11:30, 12?
No, 11:30 to 1.
11 to 11.
We've got scores of students yet to receive their entry number. Please, instead of crowding it here, let's do one thing. Oh, sorry. For entry numbers, please join us in our office on the third floor academic section. Okay? That'll be better. Gentlemen. Laliji, tell them. Yeah, please, you can also join the refreshment. अपडेट नहीं हुआ तो even sir had to intervene ना 7,000 का no more 700 7,000 होगा तो now course code भी change हो गया ना 3 digit से 4 digit हो गया everything last minute हो रहा है ना मैं कॉल किया था Ensure that you don't leave behind your personal effects on the seats, your belongings. मैंने सोचा एक ही है Only one reason है वैसे भी यहाँ हो जाए लेकिन कहीं ठीक है अब आप वहीं आ जाएंगे वैसे ना ये सिस्टम चेंज कराना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे जगह कम है सर नेक्स्ट टाइम ना या तो बाहर करें या नीचे करें किसका ये रिफ्रेशमेंट का हाँ रश होता बहुत ज़्यादा एंड मोर ओवर एंट्रेंस भी यहाँ एग्जिट भी यहाँ हाँ अब देखो जगह नहीं है बाहर निकलने की जगह आई थिंक दे शुड इस साइड जाके बस या तो उन्होंने बंद कर दिया जानकर क्योंकि भीड़ ज़्यादा होगी ना बंद कर दिया इसका चेंज करना पड़ेगा लास्ट टाइम इतनी भीड़ नहीं थी वैसे नहीं थी ऐसे ही इस बार से आपका बल्कि आज छुट्टी है ऑफिस नहीं तो ये ऑर्डर छुट्टी वाले आ जाते हैं मना करने के लिए कि यहाँ आने का
सर वो कह रहे हैं इमरजेंसी के लिए
तो क्यों जा रहा है वहाँ इसमें भी समूह डायरेक्टिंग ना यहाँ भी एग्जिट है ना
सर हाँ यहाँ भी
जगह नहीं है क्या वहाँ पे देखा नहीं हो जगह है तो स्पेस भरा हुआ है किसके लिए स्टूडेंट्स का फ्रेशमैन भरा हुआ है फ्रेशमैन अंदर नहीं आ रहा है ये नीचे जगह कब है यह सर सबसे बेस्ट तो नीचे ही कर देना सामने आप लगा के टेंट का वो कब है वैसे जगह पे हर बार यही होता है गिवन द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स अभी जो आ रहा है ना ये लोग की रिफ्रेशमेंट अच्छा ये लोग का रिफ्रेशमेंट 11:30 स्टार्ट होगा उसके 11 टाइम के लोग आ गए उसमें अलग अलग जगह ग्रुप के हम दो बातें हैं लेकिन ये दोनों ग्रुप इकट्ठे बैठे हैं सारे को समझ में गया क्या हां हां ये तो इसलिए ग्रुप होती है एमटी के एससी वाले के इतना भीड़ नहीं आधे अगर 80% होता है तो इतना भीड़ नहीं होती ये सारे ही आगे लोग टाइम तो दे रखी थी ना सर आपने दे रखा है लेकिन अच्छा ये पहले आधे घंटे पहले या तो सिक्योरिटी को बोल रहे जो जिसने ले लिया लेके चले आगे आओ तो वही हटा रहे सेम वही है सेम
इसको हटा देना एक सेकंड
इसको
मतलब प्रेजेंट रहो मेरे को शेयर करना है Yes, sir. Listen, I'm doing it.
Schedule of registrations based on the program. 5, 6 and 7 digits को देख के कई लोग का ना प्रोग्राम कोड दे, I'm not aware.
ठीक है सर, मैं
साइनेजेस में हमने प्रोग्राम पूरा नहीं लिखा है, इसलिए कोड वाइज लिखा है.
ओके सर.
ललित जी, सेक्शन चलते 12 बजे आना है.
For that we have hello. सर मैं भी आ रहा हूँ यार. हाँ उसमें डाल देता हूँ।
यहाँ आ जाओ।
गेट पे खुले हुए थे
क्या? हाँ भाई। अरे भाई आ जाओ भाई। यही डोगरा में घुस जाओ कहीं से भी, पीछे इधर बैक साइड से आ जा।
जाना आना।
अभी भी ऑन है। You're required to only your knee. You're required to register. The courses with the 7-digit. The courses with 7-digit code.
Starting with 7.
और ये 6 से स्टार्ट, 1 की जगह से स्टार्ट। ये इसमें वो लिखा हुआ है या फिर इसकी 1 की फोटो है क्या है ये 1? 6 एटलीस्ट 6 स्टार्टिंग विद 6 600 से कर रहा है ना? नहीं 700 से 700 से। अभी इन्होंने 600 बोल के गए थे। अच्छा वो एमएससी को लेके बोला होगा।
एमएससी को 600 है।
फॉर रेफरेंस डाल दे 700 ही डाल दे है ना?
7000 लेवल कोर्स है।
हाँ 700 1000 to 7000
level varies 1000 to 8000. Master student, you are only
Please, everyone sitting at the back, can you please come forward and occupy the front rows? Just leave the front row in the middle section vacant, and you can occupy the front rows in all the other sections. Everyone sitting on the yellow seats, please come forward.
ठीक है, तो मैं
11 characters, out of which the middle one, that is the 5th, 6th and 7th, denotes their program.
ठीक है,
And over the schedule is on the 3 characters.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Tells about Shubruk. सर आप कर दीजिए. सर माइक स्टार्ट कर. एक अनाउंसमेंट कर दीजिए. मैंने इनका भी बोला. एक अनाउंसमेंट कर दीजिए. पीछे वाले जो बंदे हैं वो आगे आ गए.
क्या क्या बोलना है?
Please ask for the
हाँ. Hello everyone, it's a small request to you that please occupy the front seat first, then occupy the later seats. Please, whosoever in the back seat, please come first at the starting seats.
Those who are sitting at back, they can sit in front. Please occupy the vacant seat in front. उधर से आ जाइए, उधर से घूम के आ जाइए आप लोग.
एक सेकंड बस. हाँ यही वाली है. इसको मिनिमाइज ही करके छोड़ देते हैं ना.
प्रेजेंटेशन है ना.
एडोब वाली होगी ना हमारी.
ये ना
हाँ
आगे
कॉपी कर ली ना.
ये तुम्हारी ना अभी निकाली ना. मिनिमाइज कर दो. ठीक है,
Minimize कर दो.
Please settle down. Have you all had your refreshments?
पानी बॉटल.
Yeah, settle down, please. There are empty seats here. The first 2 rows. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome on board. You all had your refreshments? Yes? Okay, good afternoon. Great. Yeah, so welcome to IIT Delhi. I would like to request the director, the deans to join me on stage. Sir, please join me on stage. Please settle down. Yeah, to start with, I would like to invite the director, IIT Delhi, Professor Rangan Banerjee, to welcome the gathering. Sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome to IIT Delhi. How many of you are have some industry or company experience? Please raise your hands. Oh, that's great. So all of you are now getting into the master's degree, and in the master's, it's a postgraduate program, so you've already done your whole, at a bachelor's, you have the basics and the fundamentals. Now you're going to specialize. You'll also be doing a master's project where hopefully you will actually take everything that you've learned and you'll do something where you'll make either a product or a prototype or create some new knowledge. I hope that during your MTech, you will actually create something. How many of you have written papers? Published papers, okay. Anyone who apply for a patent? Any? Okay, there are a few. So, papers, patents, products, right? These are ways in which, whether it's a new software, it is a way in which whatever we've done then goes out and it makes an impact. So we need to see, as we learn, you learn something, but we also contribute. And I hope that during the masters you will make an aspiration that you will do something which is useful, which will make an impact through new knowledge, through new ideas, through new products, which will actually make an impact in the real world. So it's important for you during this time, apart from the curriculum, to also get connected with what is happening in the world outside and see that you choose problems that are relevant and that can make a difference, right? So there are so many problems in our country, problems globally, and we have a responsibility to actually make a difference. In doing that, if you can make that difference, then of course it will add value to you. You'll get all the recognition, you'll also get some money, and many of you may also think in terms of running with your ideas, doing, incubating, making a startup. So there's a whole world of opportunities out here for you. I hope you will take the maximum benefit from this. And apart from academics, we have, and our deans will give you some ideas of some of this. You can, whether it is co-curricular, extracurricular. There are many different avenues for you to have an overall growth of your personality. You will learn to work in teams, and we have now, you are going to have a new revamped curriculum, and our dean will tell you a little bit more in details about it. But you will have the opportunity to see that you also look at communication skills, working in a team, so that you can have an impact. And so I hope the next few years at IIT Delhi will be really fun years, as also years where you can grow and you can fulfill your dreams and aspirations. Once again, congratulations to all of you for having secured this position at the Institute, and we wish you all the best during your stay here and your career in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, to take us on the academic ride and throw lights on the academic processes, I would like to invite the Dean Academics, Professor Narayan Korur.
Good afternoon. I won't take you through the academic processes. Firstly, because it extends over hundreds of pages of the courses of study. And secondly, there will be information overload anyway. So with rules and policies and processes and all that, the general rule of thumb is, when in doubt, look at the courses. So that's all that I have to say about the processes, or ask people around you. Before I go any further, the person who is introducing us is Alan Sinate. Alan Sinate is the registrar of the academic section, and for anything academics related, he is the person to contact, and later on he'll introduce the others who are also part of the section. I would, given that we are doing it the second time, I've learned from the past. So I'm not doing too bad. I'm not committing the same mistake. I'll commit other ones, like the Indian cricket team, where they commit the same mistake. In any case, I would like to introduce the Associate Dean of Academics, PG Research and Curriculum. That's Professor Dhanya. She is a civil engineer. I am a chemist. And there are two other deans, the Associate Dean for Curriculum, who looks after primarily UG related and even your course grades, etc. registration, is Professor Shauri Chatterjee. And there is the Academics Outreach Associate Dean, who is Professor Shilpi Sharma. And most of the co-curricular activities are handled by Professor Shilpi Sharma. So, and we'll have Mansi and Triveni, who will walk you through a little bit of the academics processes rather than us. So now, with this sort of introduction, welcome again to IIT Delhi. Yeah, it's I'm sure, except for those of you who are part-timers, I'm sure this, after the grueling preparation, quote unquote, for GATE and cracking, again, quote unquote, GATE, this is a big event. And coming to IIT, how many of you, I think the director didn't ask this question. How many of you have past IIT experience? Okay, all right. So most of the others, this is going to be a different experience. And if you came from a university, as I did, and I'm not an engineer, if you come to IIT, the academics is rigorous, and more importantly, it works to strict timelines. That gets a little bit getting used to, that the calendar is there and we won't budge. Doesn't matter what happens, we don't change. And IIT Delhi specifically is very interesting because sometimes Mondays work as Wednesdays and Saturdays work as Tuesdays, and all sorts of, we do all sorts of contortions to make sure that a semester has 70 working days of every day of the week. So these are idiosyncrasies that later on later in life you can tell your grandchildren maybe about it. Well, I am ready to do that in any case. So I think this transition from the regular, if I could call it that, institution to something like this, it takes a little bit of getting used to. But I think you have to be a little bit adaptable. If you're a little bit adaptable, then it should be fine. You just follow the routine and things will fall into place. Other than the transition, of course, it's a new place for many of you, and especially for the males, getting accommodation on campus is, I don't know what is the right word. Zor ka jhatka dheere se lage. In any case, that's the way it is, but we get used to it. Look, if these are the constraints, and as engineers, if these are the constraints and we have to work with it, there's no point in whining about it. We might just as well move on. So moving, transition from a different academic system, for some of you moving away from home, coming here, not hostel, staying outside, but you're still privileged. You're still very privileged, I must admit. And I happened to hear, what's his name, one of the influencers, I can't remember his name, some guy. Well, he was saying, to a placement function, he said that, look, you can't go wrong. You are in a position of privilege, you should be ready to take risks. Because you are in an IIT and at least some base has been set, so there's nothing to worry about. Now, a little bit about the curriculum that Professor Banerjee talked about. You are the first batch of a new curriculum, a revised curriculum. The big talking points for us is flexibility of the new curriculum, flexibility, hands-on learning, and the introduction of mandatory components in environment and sustainability, because I think that's going to affect the world, or it's already affecting the world, and as potential people contributing to the workforce, this is something that all of us have to worry about. And emerging trends, especially artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc., which is all incorporated into the curriculum. The other aspect of the curriculum that we think is going to make a difference for all of you is that we have a mandatory internship for those of us who are interested in exploring things outside of academia. Whereas those who wish to stay in academia, you could use the summer also to pursue a project. So there are options for people who are going to higher studies or for people going to not into academia, but although these are not mutually exclusive. You could still go and work in an industry and still choose to do higher education. But this is typically the path that people take. So that option exists. And these industry engagement you can even extend from one semester to even a year. So the second year, in principle, you could spend the whole year doing projects related to industry in the industry itself. So I think there are numerous opportunities that we have. The other thing that we think, and this is something that employers seem to like, it's amongst the top things that they're looking for, is to work in teams. So we have things part of the curriculum where you are encouraged, you're required to do work in teams. And as part of the working in teams, the other thing is communication. So these are things that we have tried to get it into the curriculum. And I think this will be beneficial for all of you here. I think that is anything else that I've missed out? I don't know. I think that's pretty much what I can think of. In addition to the curricular aspects, as the director alluded to, there are numerous opportunities outside of the curriculum here. Of course, that our location, Delhi itself, is a big deal. Delhi is a fantastic place. It's an ancient city in some sense, has a lot of history associated with it, but it's also very modern. So there are things that you could explore if that's your cup of tea. There are also other places around here. When we give you a short break, which is rare, you could explore the hills, which is not far from here, or the desert, Jodhpur, Jaipur, whatever. So there are numerous opportunities. No, I mention this because it doesn't have to be always work. And it's important that we do things other than work. It's a question of time management, but yeah, I think it's something that I would encourage you to do. In addition, within the campus itself, there are numerous, if you've had the chance to walk around, our sports facilities are excellent. There's numerous clubs doing all sorts of things which are cultural, recreational, all of which Dean Panigrahi will talk to you about in a little bit. And on the co-curricular front, there are technical clubs which go from robotics to aero modeling to Hyperloop, Accelerator, which is our club which makes Formula One cars, all sorts of things. So it's typically that the undergraduates gravitate towards that, but we have had numerous instances where postgraduates, they bring a different flavor to the whole thing. So I would encourage you to try that as well. As part of this, as again, Dean Panigrahi will talk about, we also have intra-IIT meet. It's not just sports anymore. We have intra-IIT tech meet also. And Dean Panigrahi will talk about the inter-IIT cultural meet. So there are numerous opportunities for you in addition to just your curricular stuff. So once again, let me close by once again welcoming you to the campus. We are extremely, extremely happy that you have chosen IIT Delhi. And let's hope that this is a stepping stone for your rise in your later life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shivam. So I would like to also take this opportunity to introduce my team. Have you visited the lecture hall complex, LHC, where you will be going post-lunch for your registration? You have not seen? It's right across the road, adjacent to SBI Bank. Okay, they are there, Dean Sir, Associate Dean, and we all are there on the third floor. So I'd like to introduce my team, Lalitji, Suryaji, Nitesh. They have been working day in and day out to ensure that your admission process are hiccups free. Okay, thank you. So to take us through the non-academic campus life and hostel life, I'd like to introduce to you Professor Panigrahi, who is the Dean of Student Affairs. Sir.
Yeah, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to IIT Delhi. Professor Kurur has told Panigrahi will tell a little bit. Yeah, I'll confine to bit only. So, as Dean of Students, the office is nearby, and we have 3 associate deans. The name itself suggests why those deans are there. I treat all our dean here. So one is Associate Dean Hostel Management, Professor Praval Talukdar, who will look into all the hostel affairs. Sorry, many of you have got the hostel, many of you have not received the hostel, because we have a very scarcity of the hostel seats. I can't tell hostel room, okay, because we are trying to accommodate all of you, but I am sure maybe within 2-3 months, and even if some hostel seats are vacant, we will open to you on a lottery basis, we will try to accommodate. If anybody is having difficulty in searching some hostel or nearby accommodation, you can reach to the Dean Students Office. We have certain lists and we can connect you with them. Again, if you are facing any difficulty outside regarding to your food and other things, you are allowed to take food in the hostel also with a proper procedure. You can approach to the Dean Students Office. You can be very specific. I want only to take lunch for 7 days or lunch for 5 days. So accordingly, we will allow you to take food in the hostel also. But simultaneously, I also must give emphasis, as Professor Kurur has told, all of you are postgraduate students coming here for a certain motive. You read, you do research, and ultimately you want a job in some of the industry, or you want to pursue higher study to become a faculty or researcher or something like that. So that's why I assume most of your time will be in the laboratories among your peer group mates of the master degree, discussing various problems, trying to solve various problems. Nice to see somebody has already produced some papers, applied some patents. I hope your most of the time will be engaged in teaching and research activity. And most of you will also be assigned the TA duties to do. So that's why preferably I can assume almost all the daytime will be in teaching and all these things. But still, we have ADAC, Professor Pradyumna, who is sitting here, Associate Dean of the Student Event. So student event, as Professor Kurur has told, we have academic activities and non-academic activities. In terms of the academic activities, like you told, there is a robotics club, there is a hyperloop, there are different clubs, etc. pertaining to the technical activities. Similarly, if you look into the hostel activity and the non-technical activity, this includes your development in various outside activity pertaining to the sports, the cultural activity, the publication, the writing. So we have various boards. Board of Student Publication and Board of Student Sports. All these things are different boards are there, they will take care. Like Professor has told, there are different sports team, whether it is a indoor sports or a outdoor sports. The sports team represent IIT in the inter-IIT sports meet. So those who are excellent in any of the sports will be definitely contacted, whether you are a day scholar or staying in the hostel, by the particular society, so that you can have your own sports and you can go to different IIT to represent at least IIT Delhi. And I'm fortunate and proud to say here that IIT Delhi since last few years are either getting the best or next to best trophy in all inter-IIT sports meet. And similarly, there is an inter-IIT cultural meet also. So telling this, definitely I am sure you will not devote your time 24/7 only for study or something like that. You want a freshness in your mind. You want to have your time to be engaged in certain other activity which will keep you healthy and which will keep your mind healthy. So I request all of you, you can be healthy by taking good food. but your mind can only be healthy, which can be controlled by yourself only. Looking into the present scenario, you might have go to the newspaper, for all these things, many things appear in the newspaper, in IIT X, Y student has done something. I'm sorry to say all these things here, but we are very concerned about the mental health of our students. And this mental health depends on so many factors. And what is the prime factor which is governing the instability in your mind, you know it better rather than anybody else. So my sincere request, मैं हाथ जोड़ के आपको प्रार्थना करके ये बता रहा हूँ, whether you stay in the hostel, whether you stay outside, have at least a good friend circle, have cordial relationship with everybody, try to take somebody to your faith. It may be your father, mother, parents, friends, faculty. And for the PG student, you can treat your faculty as a friend. You can discuss your problem. Whether it is a technical problem, non-technical problem, you can take guidance from them because we are always here. The IIT professors are accessible to you. Don't think that I am of the department X, I can't meet a faculty of department Y. Absolutely no. So we have another division in the Dean of Students, that is Associate Dean Student Welfare. Professor Sridevi looks into that. So we conduct various welfare program for the students. So that's why my sincere request to all of you, because you are MTech students or postgraduate students, you know you'll be here for 2 years, try to extract maximum from the IIT facility. Because IIT provides every facility to you. But you have to decide, you have to keep a balance between your study and other curricular activity. You know it better how to balance it. Okay. So that's why, please take out the maximum from the IIT system. Try to deliver the best, and I'm sure you will get the best after 2 years of your successful journey. So, all the best. Welcome to IIT Delhi, and we'll meet again at any point of time. Dean Student Office is always open for you if you are facing any of the difficulty or something like that. Please come forward. That is the only thing I can tell to you. Thank you again.
Dean, sir, touched about the sports. Let me dwell a bit on it. So those players who would like to participate in the IIT, it is time. Selections are going to be held soon. Okay, please hit the courts wherever you are, okay? You're most welcome to join us. Those tennis players, please meet me in the courts in the evenings. Thanks. Now I would like to invite Dean Diversity Inclusion, Professor Anjali Multani.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. So congratulations, and not just to all of you, but I would like you've heard this often enough, right? So I'll repeat what I said to the first batch. Look around you, shake hands, congratulate the person sitting next to you, sitting behind you, sitting in front of you. Go on. Right? It feels a little bit like wishing somebody on your birth, or wishing somebody on their birthday, and they say same to you. But this is your community, right? These are going to be the people you spend time with now for the next 2 years. You'll meet them. You'll meet each other in classes or in the lab. Or you'll have coffee together. You may have arguments. You may find things you have in common. You may find things that are different. But these are your new friends. They are friends you haven't met yet. So it's always nice to start off on a positive note by saying congratulations. Both my colleagues, Dean Acad and Dean Essay, talked about some of the challenges that you would face in the future. I'll use it, I'll say something similar, but with a bit of an analogy. I don't know, do you all like watching movies? Have you had a chance to? You all have made it to IIT, so I'm not sure how many movies you all would have watched. Apart from that ghastly Three Idiots, but let's not go down there. Okay, so there was a film some years ago called Life in a Metro. And in that, Irfan Khan tells the character played by Konkona Sen Sharma that, of course this is an analogy. He says that he had a friend who had a very nice car. And this friend said that he would only take the car out of the garage if he was going to be guaranteed green lights all the way through. And so obviously that car always stayed in the garage. Why am I bringing this up? Because we sometimes feel that our lives should be like this, that it should be just green lights all the way through, and any kind of red light or even an orange light makes us think it's all over. Forget it, no chance, ho gaya khatam, now I'm going to take sannyas and go off to the Himalayas, which are crumbling, by the way. But anyway, so I just want to say that life is not smooth sailing all the time, and the only way we can get through these red lights, that we can figure out how to get to our destination, is by embracing the idea of community, by understanding and accepting that we ourselves are not necessarily enough, and sometimes we need the help of others. IIT Delhi is a very, very different place. And I don't mean this only in an academic way. It is different because the people here genuinely believe in equality. They believe in acknowledging difference. We're not brushing difference under the carpet. We're not saying it doesn't exist. We're not saying everyone is equal. No, there are differences amongst us, but they are just that. They're differences. It's not better. It's not worse. It's not good. It's not bad. Each person is equipped with different characteristics. We come from different places, and here we have an office which is called the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. This is not just some kind of woke political correctness. It's not going to be shut down like it was in America. The difference is because here we actually do believe in the values that it represents. The idea that we all can come together and make each other stronger through our differences. This office was set up in 2022. Before that, we had different collectives, different smaller groups that took care of different people who wanted to sort of assert either identity or understand things differently. But coming together and forming an office under a deanship was something that IIT Delhi did, and no other higher educational institution has done this. And this is what makes our campus truly inclusive and accessible. So this office actually interfaces with other units of the institute, and we work to create a really open and engaging space on campus in all aspects of your life: academic, curricular, hostel, and even intellectually. We have three main goals or three main endeavors. Our attempt is to sensitize people, to advocate for people, and to make policy recommendations. Each of these will be explained in a little bit more detail by the vertical advisors when they come up to talk to you. What do I mean by sensitizing people? Essentially, we all, let's face it, we're all adult here, most of us, I think. In the first batch, there was a little person who was not an adult, but I don't see a young child here today. Anyway, so we sensitize. Now, we are very aware of our own sensitivities. When someone pinches me or hurts me or intrudes on my space or elbows me in a bus, I'm very quick to take offense. But very often when I'm literally standing on top of somebody else's toes, I don't notice. Right? So the hurt or the harm I cause someone, I never notice. The hurt and harm someone else causes me, I'm very quick to take offense at. So when we do our sensitization campaigns, we try and just bring that kind of awareness to people, that even without meaning to, we can sometimes hurt someone, we can exclude someone, and that is completely unnecessary. We advocate for special interest groups, for minority groups, and for different, for female students, for students with disability, and so on. And we make policy recommendations on how other offices can perhaps change their paperwork a little bit, or change, put up a ramp, maybe have different kinds of classrooms, and so on. we have 4 verticals. Each of these verticals had existed in some form or the other before they were put under this umbrella administrative office. So the first vertical is the Office of Accessible Education, or OAE. This works for people with disabilities. So any student who has entered with a benchmark disability will be somebody who is looked after by the Office of Accessible Education. But it doesn't mean that this office is only for them. People who want to work with students with disability, who want to work with ideas of universal design, who want to be allies, they can all come forward. The office is on the ground floor of the lecture hall complex. You cannot miss it. When you enter, it's to your right. We do all kinds of work. There are 2 advisors, 1 consultant. You will meet them in due course. Then we have the Initiative for Caste Equity. This is different from the official government body, which is the SC/ST cell. The Initiative for Caste Equity is a place that advocates for and brings together students who come from SC, ST, OBC backgrounds. It is not meant to be just a closed group. It's meant to open for anyone with an interest in issues of caste, issues of inequality, issues of access to education, historical development of our own Indian society. We have film screenings, we have panel discussions, we have outreach programs, we have blood donation campaigns, we have all kinds of things. It's a very, very vibrant space, and again, you will hear more about it. The Initiative for Gender Equity and Sensitization, and this is again gender equity. So please don't think it's a Mahila Morcha, because that's the kind of stuff that, people say, oh, you just immediately close your ears to it and say, that's got nothing to do with me. That's not true. And I keep saying this, Professor Kurur, who is up here on stage, he's been one of the people first involved in IGS. So gender equity is for everyone, whether you are female or you are male or you identify as neither. The purpose of IGS is again to bring certain issues that we don't necessarily notice or see because we feel that they don't concern us. How many women in this hall right now? Look around you. Yeah, but just look around you, really. Is this what you think is representative of Indian society? Are there more people here than there are outside? What I'm trying to say is that has there been an unfair or biased selection from a larger pool? I'm not saying people picked unfairly, but if there are fewer women here than you think should be, are there? You think there should be more women? Or is it okay? Keep the women at home. Who will make my lunch, my breakfast, right? How many of you think there should be more women in this room? How nice. I love the correct answer. But there are some people I noticed didn't put your hands up. I saw you. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is why? Right? Why are there fewer women in this room? What is it? Where is it? There are common sense answers. But as a society, as everybody has told you, as in some sense, the cream of Indian studenthood, do you want to just accept it, or do you want to take steps to change it? What kind of steps can we think of? These are the discussions, these are the ideas that Initiative for Gender Equity and Sensitization tries to have. And our 4th vertical is Indradhanu, which is the LGBTQIA++ Students Collective. And this is unique in many ways because it is a largely student-run collective. We do have a faculty advisor. They are, the administration, paperwork, logistics are done by ODI, but it is an extremely vibrant student group. You will meet diversity representatives who will tell you about all 4 verticals in the hostels or in your departmental programs. And Indradhanu is open to everyone. It is open to people who have questions about their sexuality. It is open to people who have questions about sexuality, and even just questions at all, to accept things, to not accept things, to sort of try and figure out how did these divisions, these binaries come up in society, what can we do about it, how okay is it? Very okay, let me tell you. As a man, can I wear purple? Can I wear pink? As a girl, can I wear pants? Is that okay? Will people look at me differently? How should I express myself? These are questions. Maybe you all feel you're not past that stage, but it's always a good point to start thinking. Again, I'll reiterate, all our verticals work, yes, they work for special groups, but they are open to all, allies, friends, everybody who just wants to have a conversation about these things. In OAE, they have three main goals: to provide a comprehensive learning environment. If you have a disability or you know someone who has a disability which is in some way hampering their access to lectures, reading notes, reading material, we are there to help with that. We ensure that the campus is accessible, physically accessible, with ramps, wheelchairs, hearing aids, special screen readers, and so on. And we try and ensure equal opportunity in all aspects for every student with disability on campus. In ICE, we try and ensure that there is support for marginalized communities. Very often, if we come from communities where we have historically, whether as a female or as a non-binary person or as an SC or an ST, OBC person, I sometimes feel I don't belong here. I feel like an imposter. And it can be any kind of minority, right? But in caste has a specific historical space in our society. So we are there to ensure that there is support and that the campus feels as inclusive and unbiased for everybody. In IGIS, we do that for gender. Like I said, it doesn't matter which gender you are or if you don't conform to any gender or the gender you were born with. We have a very strong policy, a zero tolerance policy towards sexual harassment. This is not only a government mandate, but it is a moral and ethical responsibility. And we encourage gender dialogues, especially in the field of STEM, because we are, after all, at the Indian Institute of Technology. Indradhanu builds a secure and welcoming environment for all gender and sexual minorities. We encourage individuals to explore, socialize, and engage with respect with those who are different and who sort of are manifest differently than us. And we try and do this through education, through challenging societal biases, and through informed and discursive practices. We have faculty advisors for each of these. These are their names. You can meet us at the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. It's just off the ramp when you come up from Cafe Coffee Day, right next to Dean of Student Affairs. You can't miss us. We have two advisors for OAE and one consultant, one advisor for ICE, two conveners for IGIS, and one advisor for Indradhanu. The team is not all here, but Akhil is here. He is the person in charge of the office at the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. He will guide you to the correct person. We have one of our student representatives, Vaibhav. Vaibhav is a PhD student at Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, and they will also be able to guide you not just through the sort of navigating any vertical at ODI, but any other questions you may have about any canteen, coffee, which are the good muffins to buy at Nescafe. Vaibhav is a good source for all of that. So with that, I will end. Again, our doors are open. Email us, call us, write us, or just walk in. Somebody will always be there to chat and offer you a chocolate biscuit. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to all the students. Before you begin your journey at IIT Delhi, we would like to help with some basics of IIT Delhi. Let me introduce myself first. I am Abhayveer Singh, General Secretary of CAIC, which is Co-Curricular Academic Interaction Council, as well as a master student from Energy Science Department. Before I share more about CAC, let's start with the very beginning. IIT Delhi was established as a College of Engineering in 1961. Over the past 64 years, our institute has reached great heights. In 2018, IIT Delhi became one of 3 public universities to be granted the title of Institute of Eminence. This year, in QS World Ranking, IIT Delhi has ranked 123rd among all top global universities. It ranked 26 in engineering and technology globally, giving our institute an overall rank 1 in India. Let's have an academic snapshot of all the students around the campus. We have more than 12,000 plus students in our institute. It might surprise you a little bit that our institute has more PG students than UGs. We have 16 departments in our institute. 10 are from engineering, 3 from science, physics, chemistry, maths, and 2 are humanities and management. You can have the name of the department on the screen. Similarly, we have more than 11 centers and 6 schools in our institute. IIT Delhi has a beautiful, lush green campus spanned across 320 plus acres right in the heart of capital city, New Delhi. It's give you a complete virtual view of the campus, including academic blocks, hostels, sports areas, and green spaces. It may look overwhelmed to you at this moment, but I'm sure when you will enter an IIT, you will get used to it to roam around. You can have the 360 virtual tour by the following link, along with their PPT. We will also be providing a list of accommodation outside the campus. You will be allotted virtual hostel for participation in different sports and other activities. Here is the quick overview of the key infrastructure at IIT Delhi. The main building, the LSC, where you will attend most of the classes and lectures. The SEC building, a place of culture, technical and sports activities beyond academics. And Research and Innovation Park, the whole building dedicated for the startups for IIT Delhi. Coming forward to the facilities, IIT Delhi is a home for several advanced research facilities, including NRF, nanoscale research facility, and the high performance computing facility, both of which are the part of CRF. It provides access to cutting edge instrument, clean labs, and high-end computational resources, essentially for modern research and innovation. As a postgraduate student, you may need to access these facilities for your thesis and your project work. So here is the secret sauce as IIT Delhi academic life. It's not just book or labs, it's the both. For our postgraduate student, life gets even more fun. PG programs like PhD and MSR are proudly research heavy, which basically means your advisor might see you more than your family does. And no matter what program you are in, you cannot escape the coursework. This is the course of study document hanging in the presentation. As a student, you are expected to follow all the general rules and regulations of the institute, especially that were written in the courses of study. During your registration process, you have already filled out the undertaking form, confirming that you have read and agreed to these rules. As a part of recently revised PG curriculum, several new features have been introduced to make your academic journey more industry relevant and flexible. First, there is now more emphasis on internship, especially those connect to industry exposure, helping you the bridge to gap between research and real world application. The second, the course curriculum is more flexible, giving the freedom to tailor your learning path based on your interest and career goals. A unique solution is a cornerstone project scheduled during winter break. It's designed to let you apply what you have learned in hands-on experience or in a collaborative projects with the industries. Coming to the course numbering scheme, each course is identified with a 7-letter code. First 2 letters is a course prefix indicating the department or academic units. As an example, it's EL, it means it belongs to the Department of Electrical Engineering. Third letter, course L for a lecture, indicate the course level. As MTech student, you are only allowed to register for above 7,000 level course. Last 2 digits, unique identifier for the specific course. Course level varies from 1,000 to 8,000. As a master student, you are required to register the course starting with 7,000 only. This is the grading and performance index at IIT Delhi follows. Grading ranges from outstanding A to F poor. There are also some special grades like I for incomplete and W for withdrawal from the course. Coming from the attendance timetable and slot system, each course is conducted in unique slot with fixed time of classes. Slots are denoted by A, B, etc. You can register for only one course in a given slot. Therefore, you should register for courses on an ERP portal that should not have overlapping between them. Attendance policy. Each student should try to attend all classes. If test, quiz, minor tests are missed, contact to your course coordinator ASAP for the possible retest. Attendance policy, if any, for each course to be declared by the course coordinator at the starting of your course. And there is a termination also there. Continuous unauthorized absence for more than 1 month leads to an termination from the institute. And for the postgraduate students, there is an important thing right here is teaching assistantship. You have to log on the academic website between the 1st to 20th of the every month for the release of your assistantship amount. For setting up your IIT Delhi email on your mobile, whether it's Apple, iPhone, Android, whatever, you can refer to the step-by-step guide available on the BSW website, that is Board of Student Welfare. Don't worry, we will share this slide on a webmail. There are several international scholarships and fellowships available for the master student, offering opportunities to study, conduct research, and collaborate abroad. These scholarships support academic and research exchange programs with countries like Germany, France, Canada, and US. For more details and eligibility criteria, you can refer to the link given below in the slide. And yes, the DISCO committee. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with the DISCO. This is the disciplinary committee of IIT Delhi. Debts come into action when you break some rule and when you forget that rules never existed. So remember, if you just hear you have been called by DISCO, it's not a party invitation, man. It's a polite way of saying we need to talk. And this is the serious thing in our institute. It can lead to an expulsion from the institute or losing of your POR or the expulsion from the hostel accommodation. As you are new to a campus, it's highly recommended that you spend some more time on the IIT Delhi main website. You will find almost everything you need here, from academic information, notices to research, update, and student services. Let's know your student representatives. There are some student representative bodies of IIT Delhi. They play a vital role in ensuring that your voice is heard and your overall experience is well-rounded. I am from the CAC, so I will talk about CAC. CAC is the IIT Delhi Academic Parliament Student Advocacy Hub and Policy Shaping Powerhouse, all rolled into one. It's the only official student body dealing with all academic matter of the institute, from curriculum structure and exam reform to the new elective, tech teams, mentorship, or department culture. It acts as a bridge between student and the administration, ensuring that your academic concern just don't become an echo in a WhatsApp group, but are heard, recorded with the spreadsheets and the policy drafts. This is a photo of CAC team, the last tenure 2024 to 25. It has also a dedicated outreach and new initiative cell, our friendly neighborhood task force that connect IIT Delhi to the outside world and screams that we don't just live in a bubble. And we also have a cool stuff like TEDx IIT Delhi. CAC proudly runs North India's largest tech carnival, from industry-led workshop to the drone racing. It's a spectacle powered by coordination calls and technical brilliance. We also have do another culture fest, that is Rendezvous. I have many of them you heard of. At IIT Delhi, we have 25 plus co-curricular clubs and society that come under the umbrella of CAIC. Each of these clubs is unique and focused on different interests, from coding, robotics, and finance. So apart from the academics, this is a great chance to explore your hobbies, try something new in IIT Delhi, and meet like-minded people. Every department at the IIT Delhi has its own student society, and the main goal is to increase among the interaction among the PG and UG students across the campus. We strongly encourage you to actively participate because apart from the academic, it's just a CGPA or an SGPA, but it will teach you a skill and experience that will remain with you lifelong. And yes, we need you for the Inter-IIT Tech Meet coming up soon. We also have a Research Synergy Forum, which will be presented by Triveni after me. As a master student, you may come across crossroads. There might be a academic confusion, life choices doubts, or sometimes the doubt might be as trivial as forgetting the attendance policy we just spoke about. So what do we do? First is always reach out to your course coordinator, faculty members, and seek for their guidance. And if you have some clarity on the nature of your query, you can also approach the academic section at the right LSE third floor, and also the student affair office above the CCD and the ODI office also. You may also approach CAC with your concerns. It will be easiest you to find the PhD, PG conveners in your department. If you have any doubt remaining in your mind, feel free to reach out. We are just one call away. These are the numbers given on the slide of our CAC team members. Here are some new initiatives by CAIC that were launched recently, some already implemented and some currently in progress. First one is Tech General Championship. It was announced last year to promote the tech culture across the campus. It's the platform where hostel competes in various technical events, a fun and competitive way to learn, collaborate, and innovate. We are also working actively on the several policy level initiatives, a dedicated internship policy for doctoral students explore industry and research internship, an MTech internship policy which will ensure structured and meaningful industry exposure for the master's students, and the extended stipend support scheme aimed to supporting research scholar beyond a standard durations. There are some important links you should visit at time of you are in campus. And finally, the summary that what I have just presented here, there are some do's you should know. Check your IIT emails regularly. Make sure to adhere to the deadlines because we are very strict to it. Go through the courses of study, attend class regularly, keep your campus clean, avoid plastic on campus, participate on co-curricular activities, and especially reach out to the faculty and student representative for any issues around the campus. Thank you. Welcome again to IIT Delhi.
Hello everyone, this is Triveni, Event Coordinator RSF, also a PhD student at the Department of Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology. So the heading which you can see is Research Synergy Forum. Now you would be wondering, so it was very easy for me to give this presentation for the PhD slot, but since you guys are PG, MTech students, so you must be thinking how is research related to us. You guys will be doing a one-year research project. That is one thing. And previously it was called Research Scholar Forum. Now we have rebranded it to Research Synergy Forum. Synergy, synergistic effect, a combinatorial effect where we can get you all, and even the PG students, the MTechs, you guys can participate in the events now in the events, which we will organize. You can also contribute in the management and event management kind of things. So since I've made you feel inclusive about this, in this forum, I'll start with the presentation. So I would want to welcome you all first on behalf of the Research Synergy Forum. In this session, I will introduce you to our community and share with you about the activities conducted in the previous academic year. To put it in simple words, RSF is a community of the scholars. I said you guys are included, of the scholars, by the scholars, to all you scholars, for you all scholars. Now, through Research Synergy Forum, we have placed a strong emphasis on the well-being and work-life balance of our students. We emphasize on collaborative research, research visibility, opportunities for networking, and ultimately enhancing academic excellence. By showcasing ongoing research projects and findings, and through different events we have conducted, we have increased visibility within the academic community and the public eye. This exposure is crucial for attracting interest from industry, partners and funding agencies, which in turn supports the advancement of the work you guys would be doing. Moreover, this forum is a fertile ground for fostering a vibrant community where we support innovative ideas, promote recreational activities for strong community building. In the previous academic year, we organized several conversation series and competitions. These include the alumni talk series called Scholarly Echoes, competitions like 3-minute thesis, debate, and research story writing, which were organized as a part of the annual RSF week. Apart from this, we had many research scholars and other master students who participated in the cultural activities organized by RSF in the RSF week. These are some snapshots from our pioneering alumni talk series, Scholarly Echoes. In the first snap, you can see Dr. Vasundhara Shukla, a biomedical scientist and an advisor to various startups. Our other guest was Dr. Kaviraj Singh, an eminent visionary and trailblazer, serving as the founder and managing director of Earthwood, a globally recognized powerhouse in carbon offset verification. We also had hosted Dr. Indrajit Singh, and esteemed alumnus of IIT Delhi, now a partner at Deloitte, who is leading climate change and sustainability practices within financial advisory in Deloitte, India. These are some visuals from the 3-minute thesis competition organized as a part of RSF Week 2024, where the participants had to present their research within 3 minutes. And these were the participants and winners of the debate competition. The topic was open access publications, way forward for Indian academia. These are some fun visuals. There are a lot of MTech students actually in this group. I also performed from the flash mob that was performed to unveil the RSF Week, Week 2024. Right outside, it was performed right outside Rogra near Amul. Some of our work, there are some of the conducted competitions like research story writing, got featured in popular news outlets as well. We have also taken several initiatives like promoting the culture of industrial internships among researchers and PG students. The response was impressive. The last year, 55 candidates had applied to MNCs like Tech, Mahindra, Amazon, and Deloitte. Out of these, 8 researchers were selected for the internships. This is one of our key focuses where we try to bridge the gap between academia and industry. So as we are beginning with the new academic year, we would like to join with new people, and especially for the PG students, the MTech students, I would also like to add that there is something called as Conference Travel Grant, which the MTechs can avail. There are grants for PhDs, but this one is specifically for MTech students. If you want to present your work somewhere outside or somewhere in India or outside, you can actually avail this grant. So it's called the Conference Travel Award. And as I said, as we are beginning with the new academic year and RSF Week 2025 being around the corner, we would like to meet new people. We would want to connect with more people interested in joining the community. Please approach us to join the Research Synergy Forum. To join us, you can actually scan the QR that is displayed on the slide. I'll wait for a few seconds on this slide so that you guys can take a photo or scan this QR. Join us on WhatsApp. And so at the end, I would just want to conclude by saying, let's all work and try contributing to not just the research environment, but the holistic environment of of our institute, and hope to see you all around. Thank you. I'll stop at this. I'll put the slide on focus so that you can.
Yeah, the internship for the postgraduates, the MTechs, will be operated in the department. Unlike the undergraduates, which is operated through our Office of Career Services. So we've already made some initial steps to see how departments will be doing this. Yeah, so but big picture I didn't understand. That's your choice. That's your choice. So, well, not completely your choice, but to a large extent it is. The reason I say that is you will have, you'll anyway do one project, which is called MTech Project 1, for which you will have a supervisor here. So if that supervisor and the department are okay with it, then you could continue this for the whole semester itself. And if you're continuing to MTech Project 2, because there in some programs there's a choice of course-based as opposed to project-based. If you were continuing this and once again your supervisor and the department are okay with it, you can continue this for the second semester as well. So effectively it would work out to almost a year. But that's what, I mean, I was just being cautious. You could also do another thing where this project is done in collaboration with the industry, but you could do the research here. That's the other option that could happen with MTech project, well, any of them.
So it actually, and let me add a few. It starts with a summer internship. The summer internship or minor project is mandatory. You are given an option of either going for a summer internship or taking a minor project, which you can do in the institute itself. Now, after the summer internship, and we have asked the departments, most of the academic units, to opt for a summer internship to the extent possible, because this is the time when the students would get an exposure to the industry or the industry connect component. Now, to extend that industry connect component to a project, which is master's thesis, we have left to the academic units to give that freedom, flexibility for the students. Now, if you, during the summer internship, if you are saying that that particular problem you have undertaken is worth enough to extend as a thesis, then it is up to you to convince your supervisor to stay back. You can stay back there or come back to the institute and continue that project. So there is, from the institute side, we have given the flexibility to continue the thesis in the industry if the AU agrees. And as Professor Kurur mentioned, if you have, after you have done the master's thesis part 1, for example, if you do not have any flavor to this thesis, you can discontinue that project track and opt for a course-intensive track. Having said so, not all AUs, academic units, have provided that option. So you have to check your MTech program template to get an idea of that. What your academic unit have finally opted for, and in academic unit, what your program is providing you, that you have to look at the program template. Any other questions? And in addition to this summer internship, we have also provided something called a cornerstone project. See, normally you go with what your seniors are saying. Now in this batch, since you're going for a revised curriculum, there are a lot of differences. So please look into the program template. We have also introduced a cornerstone project, which you are supposed to start in the winter vacation. That means just after your first semester, you will have to start that cornerstone project. And what is that? The cornerstone project is intended to provide you teamwork, how you have to work as a team, which often you will find helpful when you step out and go for a job. What is your ability to work as a team and all. So all these skills, whatever you may need in your future, we have tried to incorporate in the curriculum in a invisible way. So Cornerstone project will start in the winter and it will continue in the semester 2. The evaluation of that will be done in between and at the end of the semester 2 also. So please have a look at the program template, and it may not be same as what your seniors would have done, right?
Sir, as you said that we can do well in a startup and incubation cell. So, sir, I just want to know what will be the process to join a startup cell. Yes.
We have a foundation for, what is that, FIT? Innovation and Technology Transfer, who facilitate these startup programs. And you can look at the programs floated by them. And with you may need a faculty mentor to facilitate that. So with a faculty mentor, all I know is, so there is a session by FIT in tomorrow's orientation, where you can ask this question and you will get all the details from them. Okay. What we know is that there is a provision, IIT Delhi has a facility for this startup, and FIT, F-I-T-T, is the body which facilitates that. You need a faculty member to help you with this process, and FIT provides you some small startup grant with some conditions, terms and conditions, which you have to sign. So you can probably ask this question again in tomorrow's extended orientation, where FIT representative will also speak about it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
The other thing is, continuing on what she said, we also have what is called the Technology Business Incubation Unit, where if you have an idea in collaboration with a faculty member, you can get started. They'll give you space, and you can also some initial funding to get you started. And then I think after 3 or 5 years, I can't remember how much, you can then move out and explore. So we have that facility here. Okay. If that's all we have, yeah. So you can leave. The people at the back can leave first, and. and we will meet at 2 or 2:30 for registration, at least for some of you. I think the schedule is given to you. Yeah, if others will do it tomorrow and day after tomorrow or something like that. Okay, all right. Thank you very much and good luck. But don't get, well, you have to do a little bit of planning, but right now first get your feet wet. Right? You have to plan for the summer, but first, before you run, you have to learn to walk. So get your feet wet, stabilize a little bit, and then think forward. Huh? Don't overthink it right away. People at the back, the yellow seats, please, if you could move.
तुम्हारा तुम लोग का नहीं है ना
कल भी है।
कल कितने बजे इसी टाइम पे
याद नहीं है मुझे टाइमिंग। गूगल का है इसमें?
अब नहीं है सिस्टम स्टूडेंट से पता कर लिया लंच के बाद
हाँ सर।